Tier list of the week. Boom. We're going to take a look at Tekken tiers from the perspective of when you see the character pop after you accept a match. And so our tiers are jump scare. You pee a little when you see this character. Uh-oh. This is fine. Oh, neat. And easy peasy. So this is the whitest set of tiers that I could possibly come up with here. Yeah, so this is all the Tekken 8 characters. So I'm just going to start with Brian. I play Brian, so I have no problem with mirrors. It's fine. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to play Brian. He's either going to maul me or I'm going to maul him. Like, it is what it is. C'est la vie. Is there a way to get rid of this bar at the top? Anyway. Neither here nor there. How do I want to start? I got some criticism last week that I'm a little all over the place with how I do this, but doing it off the dome. Okay, because of Jekko being in the chat and him playing this character, King is jump scare tier. You're just gonna get thrown. You're gonna get put in the washer. He's gonna hop kick you. He's gonna rolling death cradle you. He's gonna giant swing you. He's just gonna do things to you. He's gonna point at you and then run. Like, that's messed up. Yeah, King's trouble. King's trouble. Yeah. We'll say in theme with animals. They're functionally the same. I think the bears can actually fuck you up, but I think you see them so infrequently enough that you're like, oh yeah, cool, bear player. Why not? Yeah, I have to use slightly different lows because they have weird stances and stuff. But you see a bear or a panda, and you're like, word, good for you. I might get unblockable and armored into for the entire match, but yeah, you don't see him enough. Boy. God, there's a lot of characters in Tekken already. Are there any other animal themed to stay on point? Not really. But if we're talking about animals, like, Azazine is a problem. She got nerfed a little bit. She's getting nerfed more. But man, stance, running 4-3, you just know you're going to be eating plus mids for the whole match. I suck at sidestepping, so I just eat it all. Azazina. And then she fucking advertises her coffee brand when she wins. It's messed up. It's messed up. Let's do an uh-oh tier. Very in the news lately, Eddie. I think Eddie is an uh-oh. He's annoying. He's not, like, oppressive. And as long as you know to just, like, throw out mids all day, and whatever good mids you have that go from, like, bottom to top, you can weed out the Eddies that don't know what they're doing a little bit. Good Eddies are jump scare, but I don't think I have not run into a lot of Eddies that actually know what they're doing. They're just capoeiraing and having the best time of their life. And, I love that for Eddie players, that they're just living their life. Just, why not? Oh boy. Am I even going to have an easy peasy tier? We'll see. Elisa is uh-oh. I have a problem in Tekken with characters that, like, spend a lot of time in the air and do a lot of, like, unconventional movement. I think it's hard to intuit how some of those things interact and all of that, since the rest of Tekken is so grounded and simple and kind of grounded in reality, that when you have a robot who's jetpacking and making chainsaw hands and giving you her head so that it self-destructs, like, it's just very discordant, and you can't intuit as much as you can against some of the more straightforward characters. Easy tier, obviously Kazuya. There's no easy tier, it's just your reaction. But since chat is talking about Kazuya, yeah. We have a Kazuya player in the Discord. What up, Dreaded? So I have a lot of practice with Kazuya. Mishimas, they're the Shotos, right? Like, you know what you're getting into. You know they're going to run a Waifu mix-up. They're going to God fist the shit out of you. If you miss anything, you're gonna eat the overhead. You're gonna get hell swept. Like, it's a known quantity. It's strong and it's annoying. But you're like, yeah. You're playing Kazuya? Okay. That's cool. Same. I think same kind of with Jin, right? Jin is also in that same-ish tier. I think he's got some other bullshit going on that makes him a little scarier. But, you know. Eh. Mishimas, what are you gonna do? You know, we'll close out the Mishimas. I think Reina is actually scarier. Forward 2 Sentai is just so annoying. I see this character and I personally go, uh-oh. Again, this is the Chibzu. This is me. And I'm bad at Tekken. I'll say it. But I know we do it over here. Yeah, 442 Sentai. She has a bunch of stuff where she rolls on the ground and then hits you with a mid. She has a couple unintuitive moves. She has an untechable grab that you just have to duck. Like, she's got some stuff to where I go like, this is a problem. I'm gonna have a bad time. So, you know. Mishima Gang. Devil Jin, I don't run into a lot of them. And I know he's getting nerfed. But I felt, so at my level, I ran into a lot that they didn't really know what they were doing. They were just throwing out the stuff that they'd heard was good. And then once they figure out how to like deal with it, they would kind of fall apart. So for me personally, not having run into a bunch of scary ones, fine. He's getting nerfed. He had some really uninteractive moves, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll go with the world's cutest gorilla. Dude, Jayu's a nightmare in this game. She has a big jumpy flippy thing that leaves her like in back turn. She goes into AOP and she's hard to hit. She has launching mids for days. She's so cute, but like, she'll just fuck you up. And it's just, no one wants that. It's not fair. It's not okay. You throw out a mid that should hit her and she ducks under it. And then you're just like, oh, I guess I die. Yeah, and she's just dancing. Jumping, dancing, back turn, AOP. She crazy. She crazy. I'm going to say, oh, I don't know if I've seen a Zafina. Zafina's strong. Because I see so few, I'm gonna go kind of the same bear thing here of Onit here. Like, she's cool. She's got the same stance bullshit Zhaoji has, but she's way less common. She does the big claw thing, and that's fun to see. That's cool. But yeah, I haven't seen many, so I think when I do run into them, I go like, okay, cool. I'm probably gonna lose because I don't know what you do, but kudos to you for playing a lesser known character. This is almost like a popularity contest. Can't hit her for Jack, you say? Jack! He's fine. I think his new stance gives him some schmicks and some weird stuff that I don't fully understand yet. But most of his game plan's pretty straightforward. He just has strong highs, mids, lows. He has, routes into them. He has game plans and things. But even with his new stance, I don't think he's an uh-oh. I think he's fine. Forward 4-2 is, always good. Debug, all that good stuff. He's fine. He's a big target. He's not, like, particularly evasive or anything, so it's fine. That's cool. Ooh. Ooh, is June a jump scare, or is June uh-oh? I think June is uh-oh, and this might be because I spent some time with June, so I'm way more comfortable with her kit. Knowing that she can just out-damage you is scary. But I don't think her kit is nearly as degenerate as the other jump scares. She has a couple buttons that are questionable, like up 4-3, being like -9 or some bullshit. Even though it's a 2-hit, low-crushing launcher thing. But she does have to use her own health. She used to be able to heal a ton. And then her heat finisher is absurd. But those are all getting toned down. And she still had to, like, win interactions to get to do that stuff. So, yeah, I think June's an uh-oh. You literally have an Oscar for now. 3 gimmicky thieves. Stay strong, brother. Fight in them trenches, boy. I believe in you. Okay, jump scare. Yeah, we're going. Hwoarang is... It's a little hypocritical for me to put Hwoarang in jump scare when Eddie isn't, but there are enough Hwoarang players who just run an absolutely belligerent, awful flowchart and then armor every time you try to take your move back, your turn back, that I see Hwoarangs and I just... Again, I pee a little. I'm not proud, but I'm honest. I go through a lot of underwear playing Tekken. It's just what it is. Yeah, you definitely have to learn how to play your asshole flowchart in Tekken 8. That's just where we're at, unfortunately. Shaheen, I don't see a lot of Shaheens. I also think he's a little undertuned. The ones that I have played, I'm like, that's like, okay, he has slide, cool, but he's not pressuring you like anyone. He's not as common as the people you see in Fine. So I think he's kind of rare, maybe a little underpowered. I don't think is it Valmaster, Val something. There's like a Shaheen player, and like that's it. So that's how you know they're probably not that too strong. Dread is saying he's broken. I believe in the knowledge of the masses, and if I don't see a lot of Shaheens, then I don't think he's a problem. But again, I don't like him in this category because I think he's a lame character. I think he's a Rashid ripoff, but that was just kind of lazy. Like, anyway, yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to be judicious with some of these choices. Okay. So I think I'm going to have 2 total easy peasy tiers. So I think the first one is going to be... I think it's Victor. I think people picked up Victor initially because he had a really degenerate string. And they could get away with gunshot and they could do all this teleport bullshit. I think he's fallen off a lot, and I think getting his throws fixed also took a lot of people off of him. So maybe the diehards are still scary. But after a while, I just was not fearing the Victor players I ran into. But yeah, his degenerate strings are like, you just duck at one point and then you get a full punish. He can still do a bunch of teleport stuff. He has some good armor. Like, he's still good. But I just think the player base fell off of him in a way that makes me not worry about when I do run into him. So that's... yeah. No problem there. So next we got... Dragunov will go with some of the top tiers here. Dragunov's an O tier. He has some bullshit, like the big sweeping low into grab. That's bullshit. But like forward 4-2 is so straightforward. He has some really cool combos. The backsway elbow launchers, gross. So he's definitely but he's straightforward enough that I don't think he's like you don't. Although his windscreen is like literally a jump scare where he gets right up in your face. But yeah, not a huge problem for me. I see him again. I've practiced against him because of the Discord. Get out of the trash. Get out of there. Duke's just being a nightmare tonight. So yeah, O tier for Dragunov. That's fine. Fine. We're gonna go with another fine. We got Paul Phoenix. This is fine. The people who are playing Paul Phoenix just want to Death Fist. Yeah, Duke is a big multiplayer. Jacko, you're right. He's very angry that I don't cover it on the show. If they could have big brackets, we'd cover it. But yeah, Paul Phoenix, the players that play Paul Phoenix are just doing Death Fist and Demo Man and like the same 2 or 3 mix-ups, really. And it's the same as he's been in Tekken 7. So you just like don't... You just play the 50-50s. It's not anything super oppressive or crazy. Yes, he deletes your health bar on a single mistake. Can you go, sir? Yeah, he's the same Paul Phoenix. I feel like he didn't really get a lot new in this anyway. And everyone is so aggressive now that he's not like that. He's not anything crazy. Yeah. All right. Another... No, we're not going to say that. Ooh, Yoshimitsu's jump scare and He's just because he looks so whack, he's in jump scare tier. Yo, dude, Yoshimitsu players are fucking crazy. All of them are just swinging all the time. They go into fly stance. They hit you with the command grab. They do all this shit. He's a big scary samurai man. It's just obnoxious. And once they get into fly stance, it's, it's like a 3-way 50-50. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. And then if they abuse the sword shit, and then they teleport, and then they heal, and then they sit, and then they pogo, like, it's so much. I'm an old man. I'm too tired for this. Too tired. Okay, for an Oni, I think Claudio's neat. He's got some bullshit, but like the thing that they all do with the arrow, you just duck it. Who cares? He's got the running thing. They have to manage the blue star state or whatever it is. He's just a cool character. I think his throw is really cool. No, I'm thinking of like Asuka from Guilty Gear. Is his throw does he also do an arrow? I forget. Anyway, I think he's cool. He's a suave Italian man. It's fun to see him. I don't think he's as fucked up as, other people, see him enough. And then he has fun sparkly blue magic. He's cool. I like it. Uh-oh tier Law. I hate playing Law. It's kind of like Paul, where like it's kind of the same as it's always been. It's just like, oh, bullshit slide, oh, bullshit launcher, oh, bullshit backflip. Like, yep, seen it all. And Law players are just degenerates, to use Checo's word. So I don't hate him as, maybe it's because I don't run into him as much as some of these top tiers or some of these jump scare tiers, but I just don't hate Law that much. But ooh, Law is Paul with more shenanigans. There you go. I like that. All right, Nina's not jump scare tier because I know she's technical and I know she's difficult. But man, when you run into a good Nina player, all the like sidestep cancels and the weird button strings, and she has chain grabs, she has guns now. She'll just shoot you. Oh, thank you. But yeah, a good Nina is a jump scare, but on average, I think Nina kind of evens out at is where I'm gonna go with that. All right, we're just gonna round out the easy peasy here. Leroy, like I've run into like 3. They're all just mashing parry. They don't know what they're doing. Sometimes they send the dog at you. Like it's just, I don't know, man. He's such a cool character. He deserves better, but he's not good, and the people playing him tend to just do really silly things with all his parries. So it gets kind of easy to weed out. Fine. I think Steve is fine. I enjoy seeing them because he is so unique to Tekken. But a lot of times they don't really know what they're doing. He can put out some stupid damage, but it's fun to see him. He's not super oppressive. He has some crazy, whatever his effect is where he like breaks the glass of the screen is really weird. But he's fun to see. His accent's terrible. Maybe that should put him in jump scare, but otherwise fun to see. Lily, also O tier. She is crazy. She's all over the place. She has stances, she has jumps, she has, the heel stomp. She's got big moves, good mobility, a lot of high crushes, all that good stuff. And she looks, fabulous while doing it. So what's, if that's not an someone beating your ass while looking fabulous, like, if that's not a no, I'm not sure what is. I'm gonna hold a lot to the end. I think Lars is a lot. I think Lars doesn't get enough hate. He did get some hate on Twitter because of he like demon flipped out of some bullshit and some creator posted that. He's just always schmoovin'. And then yeah, he has demon flip. It's a lot. He's so much. You don't see him that often, and when you do, they just go absolutely nuts on you. It's crazy. So I think it's because you don't see him as often, and when you do, he just does whatever the fuck he wants. I think that puts him up there. Similarly, but not similarly, I think Raven also does a lot of bullshit, but his is a little more straightforward. I've definitely gotten hit with some silly clone stuff, but overall, he doesn't seem as all over the place as Lars. but the ones I've played, like, play a decent game. The clone stuff is good, it seems. And you know what? You know what? I see him so infrequently enough, and I enjoy the match that, like, he's a no neat. Like, oh yeah. Neat. Oh, Raven player. Oh yeah. Cool. He's gonna hit me with some ninjutsu. Okay, Asuka. I think Asuka is lingering trauma from 7, but I don't know that I have really been afraid of a ton of them. Oh, but she can do that fake out with Rage Art. Okay, the fake out with Rage Art lands her in uh-oh tier. So that's where I go, oh no, 50-50s. Good launcher, good damage, you know, some shenanigans. She got, what is it, Tooth Fairy, Shoe Shine? I forget what they call it. She has the lows, she has the June launcher, she has all that. So you're like, ugh, yeah, she's good. And she's gonna do Rage Art fake outs. Yeah, Fang. I know Fang is a monster. I haven't run into a ton. I think Fang is just uh-oh, because you know, like, you hear on Twitter that Fang is really good, but you never run into Fangs. But then you run into a Fang, and you're like, okay, I kind of get it. So maybe if I had more experience, he'd be jump scared. But I'm just like, Fang, I'm gonna get like shouldered the Shunpo and the low and the so much. Leo, I like seeing Leos, but Leo is a gorilla and can do some dumb shit. So I'm gonna say fine. I think Leo is uh-oh strong, but oh neat interesting. And so it evens out to fine. We take an average. Yeah, Leo's a casino, like, for sure. Just all over the place. With heat, can kind of do a bunch of stuff. Highs and lows at the same time, I still don't know how to block that. I think I brought that up earlier during the Tekken match. Okay, last. This one's just for Chozo Ace. Just because there's a, lead player in our Discord, he's a nightmare. Every time I match up against him, I'm just like, don't do this to me. Sometimes he'll just hit you with the infinite just to style on you. His movement's crazy. So just because I know what kind of the ceiling of Lee, how high it goes, and what he can do, and you know what good spacing and whiff punishing and movement does, like, yeah, we all know Chozo's gonna do it, and then he does it anyway, and it works because he's just so quick and so kind of surgical with his Lee. But yeah, this is very much a personal pick to put him up at jump scare. Maybe he's only an uh-oh. He does seem quite good. I know people, yes, he will tell you about the infinite as he's doing it, and you still can't block it. It's obnoxious. So because of the state of our Discord, Lee is straight up jump scare territory. Chat's agreeing with me. I stand by it. There's too many characters to read out, but this is my jump scare, uh-oh, fine, oh neat, easy peasy tier list for the current state of Tekken 8. All 33 characters.